Hello everybody, I'm Yuji.
And I'm Rogue.
And welcome back to Fanfic Friday. Oh, I'm not prepared. It's been a while since I looked at this story, and God, just remembering what happened in the previous chapters makes me angry.
I didn't actually watch the videos. I didn't read the story, because the story literally makes me feel ill.
Yeah, that is fair enough, because Jesus Christ, this is almost as bad as My Immortal, which we're going to be reading, by the way, guys. Look forward to that shit. But anyways, let's get on with this. Author's note. Hello, friends. Phew, this chapter took longer to write than I thought it would. There is so much to be done here at Fort Parsons. Some days I don't think I'll ever get caught up, but now that the little ones are sound asleep, I'm finally getting around to putting the finishing touches on this little chapter. I apologize for the delay. Now there have been quite a few questions and comments coming in, and I thought I should take time to address a few, since I don't have time to reply individually. First of all, to all the mommies who have expressed their appreciation of this little story of mine, thank you. Your support keeps me writing. Remember, through the glory is not mine. It is the work of a greater cause.
Hold on. People actually, they want to read this?
Yeah.
Oh, God. No.
Because remember, everybody, if you read Harry Potter, you're gonna turn into a witch.
Okay, my Wiccan bloodline has nothing to do with this.
Anyways, continuing on. And the people who call me names, a Bible-believing Christian is like a big, ugly monster who lives under... I'm sorry! I'm not meaning to laugh! That caught me off guard! Oh no! Oh no. Ugly monster who lives under a bridge and wanting everyone to do the right thing and go to heaven makes one a so-called bigot. Well, that's this modern world for you. And finally, to the people who say that I am spreading hate, take a look at some of the comments posted here saying that I am a terrible writer and terrible mother whose children will hate her one day. Who is spreading the hate here? Because I don't think it's me. Well, if you look back at the previous chapters, you depict people who don't specifically believe what you believe, and you basically make them out to be pigs and just disgusting, horrible people.
Bitch.
That sounds pretty hateful to me.
Hold on, I gotta stop you for a second. Fair warning, there might be weird, random noises in the background, because I'm not directly looking at the page. I cannot. I have the page up in my little tab screen, along with 1,000 other pages. Why do I do this to myself?
I just skipped ahead and read the words Mr. Snape. Oh boy. Anyways, we gotta actually continue with the story because that was just the author's note. Oh boy. The Great Hall burst into applause as a red and yellow baseball cap with a lion embroidered on the front appeared on Harry's head. He hopped deftly off the table and landed on his little feet. I am probably pronouncing that one word wrong, but oh well. He could feel the love of the Lord surging through him, and he knew he had made the right decision. He was even more sure of his decision when Hermione dashed across the cafeteria to give him a big, spontaneous hug. She, too, was sporting a red and yellow baseball cap, although her cap had a kitten on it instead of a lion. Wait, why? Why?
Me.
Why does it have a kitten instead of a lion? That confuses me.
Oh, it's probably... I don't want to say it. Never mind.
Say it.
No.
Do it.
No.
Do it, you whore.
Oh, God. Okay. There's a lot of, overly religious people out there that still try and enforce gender stereotypes. It's probably saying that Hermione is less fierce than Harry because she's a girl.
Oh yeah, you have a point. Fuck you!
Could be wrong, but that's the vibe I'm getting from it.
I don't know. People in the comments, let us know. Are we just being stupid, or are we pretty much spot on? I'm so happy, Harry, she cried gladly, delicate tears streaming down her face. When I saw you eating with that family, I was so scared. I thought you might become a Slytherin. My house, it hurts. Oh,
God.
it hurts. Anyways, never worry about that, Harry declared boldly and bravely. I am a Gryffindor now and forever. Well chosen, Dumbledore declared approvingly as he took long, energetic strides to cross the crowded, noisy room. Welcome to the Gryffindor hat, Harry. Harry beamed happily. Truly he had been blessed. As he sat down to finish his breakfast, and he was still glowing from joy, he sat back next to Ronald. Will you still be my friend, Harry, even though you are a different hat? Ronald asked timidly. Of course, Harry declared generously, and he began to eat his eggs. He had expected his eggs to be cold by now, what with all the hullabaloo, but lo and behold, they were still piping hot. He would not pretend that what Ronald believed about worshipping the dead, but he could still offer the young boy friendship in the spirit of Matthew 2:16-17. Now it's gonna have what the hell that is at the very bottom of the story, so thankfully I don't have to sit here and look it up later. Thank you, Harry, Ronald uttered happily. He may have been sporting a green and black hat with a snake on it, which testified to his Slytherin beliefs, but he could recognize Harry's pure-hearted godliness, generosity, humility, and innocent goodness. He looked around at his siblings, all of them wearing hats identical to his, and he wondered why none of them were like that. Attention, wait, like what? Like, fucking, oh no, I'm not even gonna say it, I'm just gonna continue reading and get this over with. Attention, students, Reverend Dumbledore announced authoritatively as he hopped onto the stage and he held the microphone by his mouth. Congratulations on picking your hats, he continued kindly. I'm sure you have all chosen wisely. Harry hummed to himself, and he knew that the Reverend meant well. But was it really doing the members of the other hats much good to tell them that everything was the same when it wasn't? Wouldn't they all be happier if they knew to read the Bible and take it seriously? Dumbledore thought he was making everyone happy, and perhaps he was in the short run, but in the long run, Harry worried that he was doing more harm than good. How? Harry did not say anything because he was new to the flock and he didn't feel confident in his connection with the Lord. But sometimes it takes newcomers to point out the flaws we don't see in our own communities. The Reverend clapped his hands against each other once, and then he spoke enthusiastically. Now you will be sharing most of your classes with other members of your hat. So it would be good for you to get to know them. Ravenclaw hats, please gather around Mr. Moody. Hufflepuff hats, please gather around Mr. Sprout. Slytherin hats, please gather around Mr. Finnegan. And Gryffindor hats, please gather around Mr. No! I can't!
Mr.
Snape is in Gryffindor! No! I can't!
Wait.
I can't. I'm dying. Oh no.
Ravenclaw hats, please gather around Mr. Moody. Okay, no. Yatch. I believe that's wrong. That's wrong as fuck. Hufflepuff, please gather around Mr. Sprout. Miss Sprout. Miss. And not to mention, Professor Moody shows up way the fuck later. Yeah. And then Slytherin has to gather around Mr. Finnegan. Mr. Finnegan's a student.
And Gryffindor hats, please gather around Mr. Snape. Snape isn't in Gryffindor, my poor house.
Mr. Finnegan. Oh, yeah, your poor house. Your house is left into the frickin', into the hands of Seamus Finnegan.
Oh,
no offense. I love him. He's awesome. But he's gonna blow up your house's dormitory.
Yeah! Yeah, oh, and Snape is Gryffindor. No.
Oh god, that worries me.
I'm so glad that she didn't bother rewriting all of the other books, because imagine what she would have done to the Martyrs and Lily. Now, at the beginning of the breakfast meal, Harry had noticed a tall, mysterious-looking man with long, dark hair and gaunt, enigmatic features.
No, you're still pronouncing it wrong.
I don't care. You guys can get on my ass for mispronouncing that. He was dressed stylishly in a crisp black suit, and his tie made a shock of red in the otherwise totally black outfit. Wait a second. Slenderman? In disguise?
Yet another reason why I was giggling, folks.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop.
No, you're not. Don't even lie to them.
Fair enough. Red in the otherwise totally black outfit. The dark hair on his pale chest was neatly trimmed but still noticeably thick. Wait, the dark hair on his pale chest. You can see his chest? Or is, like, his hair that long? What are you talking about, like? I'm confused! Explain yourself, woman! And he wore elegant black leather shoes on both of his feet. Well, yeah, I wouldn't expect him just to wear one leather shoe on one foot and a tennis shoe on the other. I wish you guys could see my arm movements right now because I'm just fucking going crazy. It was now that he noticed that on the table this man was sitting at was a place card that said on it, Mr. Snape. Harry followed the other brave young children wearing Gryffindor hats. Author's note, blessings. Matthew 2:16-17. And when the scribes of Pharisees saw him eat with publicans and sinners, they said unto his disciples, how is it that he eateth and drinketh with publicans and sinners? I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. When Jesus heard it, he saith unto them, they that are whole have no need of the physician, but they that are sick. I came not to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. I probably botched that. I'm sorry. But, brain isn't braining. But anyways, on to the next chapter. Yay! 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 I'm so enthusiastic about this, guys. Chapter 8. Author's note. Hello, friends. Things have finally calmed down a bit here at Fort Parsons. I'm so excited to share with you all another new chapter. One thing I would like to talk about, though, many people have been calling me a misogynist. That means woman hater. Friends, I do not hate women. I am a woman. Now, what is it that I've done to have people call me this? Well, apparently it is saying that women are loving and nurturing and good. Right, how hateful. I'm just a big ol' mean bigot, huh? Wait, wrong. This is not a bigoted thing to say at all. Well, I think their problem with it, lady, is you're saying that's all they are. That's all they are. They have no other qualities to them other than they're loving, nurturing, and good, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But basically, the way you're writing this, it's like women only, like, belong, like, in the kitchen to take care of everybody else in the family rather than, like, doing other stuff, you know? Gender stereotypes. I think that's why you're getting these comments. I could be wrong, but whatever. Now, it is certainly true that what is written in the Bible about women was used as an excuse to actually be hateful to women. And that is terrible. And there are some people out there who think all women are stupid or less than men. Friends, this is not what I believe at all. I believe that women have special gifts that are no less than men. In fact, I think that if women virtues were respected more, the world would be a much better place to live. And any of those so-called Christians who hate women and think women are stupid and worthless than men are stupid and I think you're supposed to put an R there, and are worth less than men, because that makes no sense without that R right there. And that God doesn't respect us, well, they will all get a very serious talking to from a certain housewife. Now, does that sound misogynistic to you? Harry Potter walked nervously over to the table of Mr. Snape. I haven't even gotten that far into this and I'm already... The other little ones wearing red and yellow hats did the same. Mr. Snape silently stood up and he motioned with his head for the boys and girls to follow him, and he sauntered out of the great hall. He led them into a small classroom with a few desks in it. He silently motioned for the little ones to sit down at the desks. They did. He stood up at the blackboard in front of them. "Welcome to Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles," he greeted the older but still handsome in a dignified, rugged way. What? I'm sorry, but what are you saying? Why are you over-explaining everything? This is giving me a headache. The little ones all sat in respectful attention. "So, you've all chosen the Gryffindor hat?" Mr. Snape queried as he raised his eyebrow. "Yes, Mr. Snape," chorused all the students together. "Well," Mr. Snape said as he drew his tall, strapping form up to his full, impressive height. "Oh boy, I would like to say that your choosing will make you happy, or that your lives will be easy, but I will not lie. There are dark forces in the world, and they do not like Christians. And when I say Christians, I mean Gryffindor hats. They love the Hufflepuff hats because the Hufflepuff hats believe everything these people say and slap the label Christian onto that philosophy. And so the Hufflepuff hats make it easier. The Ravenclaw hats these people claim not to like, but then they pretend that the Ravenclaw hats extremism applies to all Christians. So the Ravenclaw hats help them." Harry frowned confusedly. After the Reverend's acceptance of all the hats, he wondered why Mr. Snape was addressing things so directly. He found Mr. Snape's honesty refreshing, but he also wondered, was the honesty also combined with the hate for others that he had seen in Draco's hat? He thought the other hats were wrong, but he did not want Mr. Snape to hate them for being wrong. He wanted to help them. And then, of course, is the Slytherin hats. The Slytherin hats will tell you we are all on the same side because they agree with Gryffindor hats on the same things. But do not be fooled. Their leader is working with Voldemort. A shocked, horrified gasp echoed throughout the classroom. Harry slapped his hand over his mouth in an attempt to contain his horror. But he was still shocked. His new friend had not only worshipped a goddess, but he was also in cahoots with Voldemort. Little ones all gasped again. This time they were even more horrified. From the back of the room, a clean-cut, respectably dressed young boy raised his hand. "What about the Constitution?" Dean Thomas questioned articulately. "Doesn't he care about the First Amendment?" Snape shook his head sadly. "I'm afraid not, and Voldemort is working through him and using them all. Before long, all our freedoms will be gone." Dean Thomas raised his hand again and queried coherently, "Why does Voldemort hate Christians so much?" "No one knows," Mr. Snape responded tentatively. "However, he is on the move, and he is gaining power, and we Gryffindor hats may be the only ones capable of stopping him." Harry was nervous, but he clenched his fist determinedly. He was scared, but he was ready to face this evil. Author's note: blessings. Oh boy! That chapter may have been short, but oh jeez. I just can't, guys. I just can't. Oh man, that was a train wreck, and we've still got quite a few more chapters to go. Oh boy. But anyways, that's it for this video. I'm Yuji.
And I'm Rogue.
And we are Constructive Criticism.
Kill us, please.